Hello, hello. Oh, nice. It is on deck.
Is it?
Yes, I haven't said deck, by the way. Episode 1.
Of course you said on dick. You didn't say no homo.
I said deck once again, and I clarified myself even,
I heard
and
the
you
word
still
dick. I heard the
thought
word dick.
about nice, meaty, phallic-shaped objects.
I heard the word dick. Are we rolling?
Yeah, I told you. And why are you talking so close? I told you about
Am
the
I too
levels.
close to the mic?
You know you're too close to the mic. I understand. As a bottom boy, you love being close to the mic.
I don't think I'm close enough. I should get closer.
Once again, still closer.
All right.
But anyways,
right here.
episode 1. How are you?
What are we gonna name this? You have to tell me the name of this podcast.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to this,
listen to the levels. God damn you, sir.
I'm listening to the levels.
No, you're not, because you know you're talking.
Once
you see the yellow line, too much.
Once I see the yellow line,
once you see it yellow turning into reddish orange,
it looks good right now.
Yes, that's because you're not gobbling the mic once again.
Yeah.
Now look at you. You're overly constantly just looking at the levels because you know you're doing it.
Well, I'm going to be doing this whole time then. So you're going to tell me out here.
You OCD motherfucker.
You're going to tell me out here.
You just know to keep
a steady tone. This motherfucker asked me to do a podcast, and he still hasn't told me what the name of it is. Now we're about a minute and a half into this, and he still hasn't said it yet.
And look at him already looking at the time, trying to head out the door.
Drum roll, please.
This is episode 1 of A+. Carlos. We don't know his last name, and that's fine. We don't need people looking for him.
A+ Los. A+ Los. I didn't say nothing funny.
Los. Okay, Holmes.
That's not. That's not. No,
what kind of blood in, blood out names are you coming up with, bro?
It's everybody calls me that.
Don't look at me, Pepe. What's his name? Don't look at me, puppet. That's what his name.
Are you talking like the guy from Next Friday now?
No, that was Blood in, Blood Out.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't Blood in, Blood Out. It was the other one. God damn. I don't know my Hispanic hood movies. I'm sorry.
I don't think you... Yeah, you don't know your Hispanic music. You don't know your Hispanic food. You don't know your Hispanic movies. Apparently. I don't know much of them either, the movies. So
only one of us are Hispanic by nature, though.
By nature.
I
don't know if by nature is the right way to put it.
Probably not. It sounds a little bit xenophobic.
Yeah, like
it's a tad bit.
I didn't crawl out of the woods Hispanic like that. I wasn't born in a fucking ditch.
No, who?
By nature. That's what makes you think when you say by nature. It makes you think that I'm like some kind of animal.
I mean, aren't all men and women? I mean, just people. Aren't people just animals?
Well, I can only speak for myself. I am pretty primal. So
be with that as you may. Look at you, kink dictionary over here.
That's not
kinky boy.
That's not.
I was just trying to drop some knowledge for the fans. I see.
I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you're on all the dating apps. There's a dating app called Field, and it is the kinkiest dating app I've ever seen in my life.
Field.
Feeld.
No, put me on game.
Field.
So you signed up to it.
You download it. I didn't sign. No. I know about it.
This podcast is about truth. Most of all, it's about truth. So tell me the story about.
I know what it is. I did not say I have an account on there, but Field, not Fields.
Spell it one more time for our listeners.
Feeld. You can find it on the App Store. I don't know if you
got,
I don't know if you got an Android, and I feel sorry for you. But if you got an iPhone, then look for it in the App Store.
You see my phone sitting right next to you.
I'm talking to the people. Anyone listening to this, if you got an Android, then I feel sorry for you.
Why are you text shaming our audience?
I'm not text shaming.
We're building.
I'm not text shaming. I'm phone shaming.
That's okay. Continue on.
Because they could be great texters, but they just got Androids. Anyway, it's called Fields. It's a pretty fun ride. If you're into that stuff.
Once again, I thought you said
I don't know. This is what was told to me by somebody who has an account.
Okay. Now, who is this person in your life that's just out here?
Well, I don't want to start outing people here, but
don't use names.
This guy.
From it's a fella.
Yes, it was a fella from my improv class, from my level 1 improv class, and he told me about it. Okay. He tried to put me onto it. And I said, man, I said,
He
it's
tried to
interesting.
put you on?
No, he
Did he
tried
try to
show,
put you in?
No. He showed me about the app, and he told me about it. He says all kink. So like, when you download it, they ask you what kind of things you're into, whether it be, obviously, if you're gay, if you're straight, you know, all that stuff. If you want threesomes, monogamy, polygamy, you know, BDSM. There's a lot of BDSM people on there. You know, role playing, foreplay, all that stuff is on there. And it's just a purely sexual app. And it's for people's, you know, to delve into their sexual desires. And it's called Field. You should check it out. I will never check that shit out, but you should definitely check that shit out.
I don't know exactly what that means, but it's crazy because I did just sign up to an old school King website. Shout out Fat Life. Always keeping the dream.
Fat Life?
Yeah, keeping the dream alive.
So it's like MetLife, but Fat Life.
Yeah.
FETLIFE. Fat Life.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's the same thing, but not technologically aware.
So is it like the OkCupid or Match.com for the sexier version of that? So it's for the older crowd or the less technological crowd? I should probably better way to put it.
I wouldn't say that. I would say it's more for the kinky crowd that's been around forever. See, Filled with Phil and then a D.
It's for the young crowd.
It's for the young tech savvy crowd. Exactly.
Well, it's not. I don't know if tech savvy. I don't know if tech savvy has to do it, but it's for the young. It's for young people.
For us old school perverts, we have Fat Life.
For those guys who flip through Playboy magazines and all that stuff.
We're Penthouse. We get a little bit raunchier.
Oh, you're okay.
I mean,
you're a gutter boy. You're a Penthouse guy.
No, I use.
You're a gutter boy.
I use the internet. I've never.
I'm talking about when you were just a
I had the
jit.
internet.
I'm talking about when you were.
When I was a little jit, I had dial-up internet.
Dial-up internet. So,
yeah. Have you ever tried to load porn on dial-up internet? No.
It better be good. It better be worth it because it's not. It better be. You're waiting 10 minutes for that thing to come up.
It better be worth the data.
And it better not be blurry.
That's why you had to use LimeWire. You had to download porn.
LimeWire. Whoever made LimeWire is a. I hope he's getting blown right now because that guy's a good man.
Why?
Because LimeWire was clutch.
Why? How old were you when LimeWire ended?
To me, LimeWire is...
How old were you when it ended?
To me, LimeWire... I don't know. When it ended, it kind of just ended like without me realizing it. For me, if you're in the 7th grade and you want to go on LimeWire and download...
What year was 7th grade?
2012. Year 2012, and you want to download... the new Drake album or some Lil Wayne or that was what
was using LimeWire in 2012.
Well, I obviously didn't know that it was on its way out the door. It
was been out the door at that point.
Well, I was the guy that was keeping it alive.
That's like using Napster.
I don't know what that is.
I don't understand this universe.
Napster?
You know what fucking LimeWire is, but. You didn't say
Napster died out before I got into that stuff. Before I got into pirating.
I was the only man on here. I don't know what the fuck you think you're trying to get so comfortable for. Watch the volumes.
It's fine. It's all good.
No, you're getting too comfortable.
It's all good.
Look at you. Look at a podcast is short and narrow over here.
What I was saying was, by the time Napster came around, or by the time I came around to pirating music, Napster must have been out the door. Okay. LimeWire was still the one.
Which is wild. What about torrent shit? Like, did you ever torrent?
Yeah,
you torrent shit?
That's how I downloaded albums onto my iPhone. Like this is like 2015, 2016.
Oh, jeez.
This is before.
Why are you so late to these things?
This is before.
Who the fuck is torrenting shit in 2016?
This is before I wanted to buy Apple Music. I didn't buy Apple Music until I was 18, and then I could use my student discount in college. Then I got Apple Music, and from there, then life's been good ever since.
Nerd. Just giving your money to the man.
Life's been good ever since.
So, episode 1, Lost. I just realized that was just an ending of your name, but it was so ridiculous,
Where
Carlos.
Where do you think I was getting it from?
Nigga, I don't know.
I'm saying...
I don't know. It just sounds...
No, it's like, my name is Carlos.
Yes.
Los. It rolls good off the tongue.
It took a second.
It's one syllable. It's easy and quick to say.
Carlos is easier, but believe it or not, somehow Carlos is easier.
You can add it in front of a word. You can add it at the end of the word. You could do so much. You can play around with it. But Carlos is very.
Always worry
nothing
about
rhymes with Carlos. Nothing is like
Barlos.
Yeah, you know what, Barlos. I guess that's a
Tarlos?
really prevalent word in the English dictionary.
Tarlos? There's a video game called like the Tarlos Principles or Prophecy.
The Tarlos Prophecies.
Yep.
I don't.
But Google Tarlos.
I must have been.
Google Tarlos. Google it.
Tarlos. I mean, that's exactly how it sounds.
That's exactly how it sounds.
Tarlos Principles or Prophecies. Sorry.
Something. Tarlos. Just type in Tarlos.
It's not. This is just not. This is not at all what you meant. They're talking about a relationship from a TV show. It was a guy named TK and Carlos, and they shipped them, so they called them Tarlos.
Degrassi?
No. 911 Lone Star.
Oh.
Which has one of my favorite actors in it, actually. But apparently they broke up last year, so. Yeah,
the show or the couple? On the show.
The show is still going on. I think it's on Fox, and but the relationship is broken up. But people were shipping two men, and it was Tarlos.
Which is fine.
So
I don't like how you said, and they were shipping two men. That's how ships work, homie.
Yeah, well, I don't. That's not the reason I said it like that is because it's not a word. It's not a phrase that I use in my own language. I never, ever in my life said that I ship two people.
Well,
I think that sounds stupid. I would say those two people look great together. They should get together. That's what I would say. You want to know something else? What enters the zeitgeist in terms of vocabulary and acronyms? It really drives me. I don't know where it comes from. So I had a friend. This is from my acting class, my theater class. When we got paired together and we were talking on FaceTime, and she mentioned that she was trying to go to a concert with a friend, and she said, but the problem was her boyfriend was having FOMO, and I said, probably what you're thinking right now. What the fuck is FOMO?
No, I fear missing out.
You see, I said, what the fuck is FOMO? And she said, fear of missing out. When did this go? Why the fuck would you? Why does that need an acronym? Why can't you just say, oh, he was afraid of missing out?
2019, 2018.
Why would you not just say?
But it blew up in 2020.
There's a reason why LOL and LMAO are a thing. It's because I'm not gonna say, oh my god, Alan, laughing out loud. Thanks for saying that. No, I would say LOL.
When would you ever say LOL out loud in public?
The picture in a text conversation. I would never text you and say, oh my god, Alan, laughing out loud. I would say LOL.
Why not?
Now, if I was afraid of missing out on something, I wouldn't say, Alan, I'm having FOMO. I would say, Alan, why didn't you invite me to this, cocksucker? I wouldn't say, well, I'm having FOMO. That sounds like something completely different than that. I think it's so stupid how who decided that that's an acronym?
The cool kids on the internet.
Cool is a very generous term you're using there, but you know what?
The popular kids, I guess. What do you want?
The Twitter famous people. The people that bought 30,000 followers and then gained maybe 8. Those people.
I'm sure there is some cool rap song that says FOMO.
Listen. Okay, now it turns into who you think is a cool rapper.
No, what is popular? What is popular, sir? That's what I go by. What I think is cool
I would guarantee
doesn't stop it from being popular.
I would guarantee you right now, out of all the songs right now on the current Billboard Top 100, nobody says the phrase FOMO. And if they do, I feel sorry for them. Because you can just say, I'm afraid of missing out. I'm afraid, like say, hey, Alan, I feel left out, man. Hey. Can you help me out with that? I feel left out.
I'm sorry, you clearing Billboard for saying FOMO. I'm so sorry for you.
If you say FOMO, you're a homo. That's what I say.
And once again, this is a very inclusive podcast for all fans and listeners out there.
If you say FOMO, you're a homo. But not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that's how I view it.
It sounds like some
this
hate in your heart.
This is an all welcome podcast.
Make sure say what you're saying.
Saying that. No, Alan's. I don't think I've said anything that would the opposite of that.
I wouldn't hope so.
It's like when people. It's like when you see.
You just get real liberal on the mic.
No.
You put a mic in front of you, you just go crazy on that.
No, that's not even true. It's
that's a word for that. Something about overdrive.
Overdrive? I think that's like a computer term.
No.
There's too much. Or I'm thinking of hard drive.
No. I'll send you the video.
Overdrive sounds like a terrible movie from like
Maximum Overdrive? That's from the 80s, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I was like, it sounds like a terrible action movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in, but I could be wrong.
No, it was
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No, it was Charlie Sheen's brother, Emilio what?
Estevez.
There you go.
Estevez.
What's the singer's name?
Estevez?
Emilio what?
Oh, Emilio Emmanuel? That's a different. You don't know who that is. That's a very old reference from another 7th grade story right there. Emilio.
So episode 1.
Actually, it wasn't even Emilio. It was Ennio Emmanuel. So I messed up that. So I take that back.
Yeah, it didn't sound right.
It didn't sound right at all.
Emilio. I swear it's Emilio. No, it's Emilio.
Emilio.
Sheen? No, not Sheen.
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You could probably help me out with that.
I don't care.
I don't listen to anybody named Emilio.
It's his brother, Emilio Chavez. No, I just feel being.
I was gonna say Emilio Estefan, but it's fucking Gloria Estefan, and then Emilio's a guy's name.
Charlie Sheen's brother.
It's Emilio Estevez. That's his name. I know that's his name. We're not debating if that's his name or not.
No,
is this the sound you make when you go on Google and type something in?
Estevez,
Estevez. Yeah, I said that 10 minutes ago.
Now, what's the name of the guy that sings that song? No, is that song?
Emilio.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
anyways.
I don't know. I'm interested to know.
Episode 1.
I bet he's a terrible musician, but I could be wrong.
Episode 1. How you feeling?
How am I feeling?
Yeah.
Having learned the name, I feel okay. I
just meant the whole event of episode 1.
I feel okay
of the podcast
because I feel okay because I was worried that you would like do something like that you would make fun of me.
I mean, there's a lot of reasons why, but why would you think so?
Everybody, welcome back to Alan and the Bitch, or something like that. I thought you'd say something like that.
You still don't got the name right.
It's A+ and Los. A+ Los. Not N Los. Maybe A+ N apostrophe Los. N Los. Like Eminem. Not Eminem the rapper, like the candy Eminem.
I don't understand Los.
By the way,
it's funny. You have to get like face tats. If you go by the name Los, you have to go by. Yes, you do.
Tattoos or something.
That is a hard ass name. That's not you. I don't understand it.
Los is not. Is that a hard name?
That is a hard name.
No.
Yeah.
So if
yeah, you're somewhat buff, Carlos Los.
I don't know if
it's not scary buff.
No, I'm not scared. I'm not buff. I'm a runner now, so I'm not buff anymore. I used to be buff when I was like in high school.
You're a wide boy. You're a wide, muscular boy.
I am wide, but wide and buff are two different words.
Wide, muscular boy.
I am wide.
I know you don't have the muscles, but you're a muscular boy.
I do take up 2 lanes, but I do take up 2 subway seats. I did when I first moved here. Now I take up only 1 seat, so I'm getting slimmer. Quite literally, I'm not as wide anymore, but it's all a work in progress. But I don't think Los is a hard name. I don't think that I don't. It's definitely not. I can tell you, it's not a punk's name. It's not. It's not a punk's name, but I can tell you, it's not a.
Never said it. Los.
You know, it's not like the Godfather like that comes out with those suits on with the handkerchief like, oh, Los is coming, everybody be careful. It's not like Sonny, right? Remember from A Bronx Tale, Sonny? That's a hard name. You never seen A Bronx Tale?
Maybe like once, but no.
It's like Sonny. That's a hard ass name. Or I'm not fucking Michael Corleone. Like those are hard names.
Los is a very hard Hispanic gangbanger kind of aesthetic.
Is it Latin? Is it a Latin? Is there a guy? There's definitely a guy that's in a gang named
Once again, I'm not putting no nationality. I'm saying Hispanic. I'm covering high in it and low in it. Los is a criminal name.
It's a criminal name. Oh no. I think you're. No.
And that's stealing my half of what the show is called, and I don't appreciate you.
It's A+
stepping.
N. So it's settled. It's A+ N apostrophe Los. A+ and Los. Like fish and chips, or or M&M. Actually, M&M is it's the weird and thing where it's like the
ampersand.
Line. Yes. What is it called?
Ampersand.
Empress Anne.
Ampersand. Stop yelling just because you learned a new word.
No. I'm
Calm
excited.
down.
I'm excited because I learned something new. So it's not an ampersand.
I know. I just said that.
Our name is not.
I just said that.
Our name is not an ampersand. Our name is A+N apostrophe Los, like fish and chips.
Okay.
If we were fish and chips, who would be the fish and who would be the chips?
I don't like to even think of that.
Why?
But let me tell you the name of the podcast.
Why do you not like to think of that?
Let me.
Are you gonna?
That. I don't like it.
You're gonna make that sound like it's gay now.
Once again, I have not said anything about anything being.
You're gonna make it a pause moment when it's not a pause moment.
No one even.
You're notorious for doing that.
No one even said the word.
Like I could be like, "Hey, Alan, how you doing?" Pause, bro. Like all
this you're worrying about a man's state of being.
I don't think that, you see what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying. Once again, folks?
I didn't say anything. You see what I'm saying,
people. This guy.
I didn't say anything.
Just today, I said, "This is my first time being on the F train." He looked at me and said, "Pause." Word for word, bar for bar. He looked at me and said, "Pause," and I said, "Me saying this my first time on the F train is a pause moment."
Why? Why did I say pause?
I don't know. What you tell me. I'm trying to.
Because you know why. Why do you think so? Do you remember why?
No, I don't think there's any reason why that's a pause moment. I think that's necessary.
Because you're used to riding the D train.
Okay, that's not a pause. What you did there was you made a joke. So you make the joke. You don't say pause and then just leave it in the hanging. You make the joke.
No, but
I ride the D train sometimes.
All the time.
To go to Yankee Stadium, not for what you're thinking.
What do you mean? For whatever activities you need to get to.
I do ride the D train if I need to go to see the Yankees.
Hey,
and that is it.
How you get inside that stadium is how you get inside that stadium, sir. Anyways,
I pay a ticket to get in, and I take public transportation. I may take I don't take the B train. I just take the D train.
Episode 1, Los.
They know it's episode 1. You said that 15 times.
I know. But because I keep trying to get to the next bit, but you never lead me into it.
Take it over, moderator. Take it over.
What is the name of this podcast?
A+N Los. So you're saying I'm Robin? This is Batman and Robin?
I'm saying...
I'm okay being Robin, because Robin, a lot of women would say Robin can get it.
I'm glad you came up with a fictional name for this podcast. I don't know why. You knew I already had a name. Why would you?
I didn't know when we started rolling.
I've been telling you for weeks that I've had a name.
Didn't. Oh yeah, you told me that you had a name. That doesn't mean I know the name.
No, I never said that. So,
but I took your name and I made it better. So
you don't mean what is the name of it? What's the name I had in mind?
A+ Los or A+ Carlos. And Carlos isn't cool. Los, that's where. It gets cooler when you do that.
Once we get a visual element, people are going to see you not that cool. I know, Los.
It's like, you ever seen Almost Famous when Philip Seymour Hoffman just looks at the kid and goes, "You are not cool." That's exactly who I am.
No,
not cool.
Never seen that movie.
It's a good movie, but
R.I.P. Philip Seymour.
Yes, absolutely, 1000%. Went to NYU.
So many random New York facts by this upstate gentleman.
I am a kid from upstate New York, a small town kid.
I know.
Who moved down here because he had big city dreams, just like millions of other people. So it doesn't make me special. So,
Okay, Los, and that's when you started your criminal empire. We understand your backstory.
Yes, I've been.
We understand
I've been pushing weight ever since. I've been moving weight. Is it pushing weight or is it moving weight?
Either one's fine, but watch your levels.
My levels are cool.
Check yourself.
Before you wreck yourself.
No. What do you
It's an Ice
think?
Cube song.
Anyways, episode 1 of the thing I've been brewing in my head for weeks at this point.
You said it at the top. And didn't we just decide what the name was going to be?
No, I've been still trying to tell you the name. You keep going on some sort of fictional,
I'm listening.
fictional fantasy of what the name would be, which are terrible names.
I'm listening.
I couldn't imagine typing in A+ and Los podcast. Yeah, episode 17. They're really doing it.
That's not a corny name, though.
That's a terrible.
You're saying A+ and Los like it's a corny name. That's not a corny name.
It's not good.
Everybody listening right now is thinking, you know what? That kind of rolls off the tongue. If you listen to A+ and Los last week, oh yeah, it was a good episode. But what do I know, Alan? Continue.
Guys, welcome to episode 1 of the Sus Boys podcast.
There's
A+
no way in hell that's
and
happening.
Los. Episode 1, Sus Boys. We out here. I'm suspect. You're suspicious. That's it. It worked immediately. I also had like a little name after that. Sus Boys, a podcast. But just Sus Boys is good.
The Sus Boys.
Not just Sus Boys.
Sus Boys.
Sus Boys. Simple.
Sus Boys.
Sus Boys. I'm suspect. You suspicious.
You know what? So A+ and Los is dead as of this moment. It was never alive. That's probably what you're thinking.
Yeah, this was all in your head. I was looking at.
You said at the top. You're just referring to yourself as A+?
Yes, that's my stage name. I told you that already.
That is your stage name, yes.
That is.
My stage name is Carlos, so...
That's why I didn't understand your alternate persona when you're on the mic, Los.
My stage name
thought I literally hit my wallet when you told me Los.
It's a good name, dude.
I'm not saying it's a bad name. I'm just saying you're not a Los.
You're saying it's a hard.
I'm saying you're not a Los.
Am I just a Carlos? Is that what you're telling me?
You're for sure straight Carlos.
Am I just
so much on the straight part? We're not sure, but you're a Carlos.
There's spreading misinformation.
There's no misinformation here.
Best.
We live in 2023, sir, and that is fine.
Yeah, that's great.
Exactly. No. I lie.
Yeah, we're allies.
I lie.
But we're not.
One of us.
We're not the same, but we're allies.
We're not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you're Los.
Actually, in that regard, we are very similar.
You know, we all have red blood. Yes, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's not what you meant, and I know. And you know that's not what I meant. So A+ and Los is not that jump. I jumped the gun there.
You threw the gun. You didn't even jump.
Throwing the
you threw it.
I double backflipped the gun. I went way.
Yeah, but
Mars.
You know what? I'm never gonna tell another king in this world when he's wrong.
You told me that many times.
I'm gonna tell you after you get your point off. Okay. And then I'm gonna tell you you're wrong. I'm just gonna look at you like this nigga doesn't know. Okay. He doesn't know.
So where are the Sus Boys, ladies and gentlemen?
Sus Boys.
Suspect and suspicious.
Suspicious. Very suspicious you are, young man.
Suspicious in terms of what? Like I'm a suspicious person.
Anyways,
or you're suspicious of me.
Let's get into the episode, bro. That we
already. I think I asked an important question. Once you answer that question, then we can move into it.
Sir,
am I suspect? Or am I suspicious?
Suspicious.
Am I suspicious of other people, or are you suspicious of me?
I'm never suspicious of you. I wouldn't start a podcast with you if you were suspicious.
So I'm suspicious of other people.
Whatever.
Of other things. Of anything. Of all things.
Sir. This is something you can go home and really think about. I should have that episode because it's just a post up. I might do some AI work.
AI
for the Sus Boys logo.
Oh yeah, go ahead, go crazy.
Sus Boys.
Go ahead, go crazy, but don't say AI around me. Fuck AI. Oh.
Well, eventually you will.
Shout out Allen Iverson, but
no, eventually you will put your dick in a robot. Eventually.
Is that what Yeah.
That's what the future holds.
Is that where we're going now?
That's what the future holds.
The iPhone 25 will have an external attachment.
No.
It'll have a vagina that you can plug into the... No, I don't think that's where it's going.
No. But eventually you will.
iPhone 25, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
First episode, yo. I'm really enjoying this.
Are you?
Yeah, actually I am.
Do you think they're enjoying this?
Well, the people that only made it this long are clearly family and friends. Shout out to them. Shout out to the real MVPs. You guys in your homes or on the move.
Yeah.
But let's talk about our day. What did we do today?
Okay. Alan has this bright idea that he saw this video on YouTube that there's this sandwich, this specific sandwich at this very specific deli all the way in Hollis, Queens, and he wants to go try it out.
I don't understand why you place it so much. No one knows what the fuck Hollis is. Just say Queens.
I said Hollis, Queens.
I just say Queens.
No, but people who are aware with New York geography,
deep into Queens.
People that are aware with New York and it's all of its
New Yorkers
and where the different neighborhoods are.
How many
like
New Yorkers?
Who I try to stay up to date with all that stuff.
How many New Yorkers? Are you gonna put onto this?
I mean, people that live here.
So you're gonna go to your acting class and be like, "Hey, I'm the new starting podcast, Sus Boys, episode 1.
Okay, well,
please give it a listen."
We can turn back around to that in a second. But anyway, Alan has this bright idea to take that we're gonna go to this place in Hollis. In the neighborhood of Queens, in the borough of Queens, New York.
You did the take twice, and you still did it again.
Because I'm gonna keep doing it, because that's what I want to do.
So
you explain it, and I explain it, and I explain it. Anyway,
so much detail.
Anyway, it's
what's the name of the place?
It's Datz D-A-T-Z Deli, Deli D-E-L-I.
There's only one way, but okay.
Yes, there's not only one way.
Were they shaking ass inside deli?
They were. It smelled like hot shake that ass, but they were not shaking ass.
It's if anything, oxtail is some butt. So
is oxtail butt?
What do you think the tail is located at usually?
Well, tail is not a butt. People don't shit out of a tail. Animals don't shit out of their tail, so it's not a butt.
How many oxtails do you think they're cutting off to feed
I'm saying
humans?
A tail.
How many tails do you think?
A tail is not a butt.
But I'm saying the tail end. I think that's what it means. The tail end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because people like with pork, there's a thing called pork anus that you can eat.
Pork butt.
Yes, you can refer to that well, or you can call it anything you want.
It's called pork butt.
Yeah.
Why do you shut yourself?
You can eat that, and that's obviously that. Oxtail, I didn't consider it that way. Is that what you're telling me now? Is this breaking news that I just ate the butt of an ox today?
Possibly, yeah.
Well, the way the sandwich works is it's a beef patty. It's got. Then they put oxtail and mac and cheese around the beef patty, and they put it inside cocoa bread.
I think so.
Is that the way? It's the middle of it.
Yeah, because the Jamaican patty's just the beef patty. Yeah.
The middle of it's a beef patty, and outside the beef patty they put oxtail, and mac and cheese.
Yeah. And then oxtail gravy.
Oxtail gravy.
Yeah.
But does that automatically come with the oxtail, or is that an extra thing that's?
No, they make sure. Well, it's already in the oxtail juice, gravy, and then they drizzle it back on.
So the oxtail juice is embedded. It should be embedded into the sandwich to give it an extra.
Soaked in.
It should be moist in that regard. But he gets this bright idea. We're gonna go down there because he saw a YouTube video that claimed that this deli makes $165K a month.
Detail. Yeah.
I'm listening.
I'm listening.
That's why I like.
The fans don't pay attention to me. Keep explaining.
That's why I like baseball so much, because I love details. But anyway, this deli apparently from this YouTube video, and I think it was it was straight up. It was like it was on television. I think on MSNBC or something. It was like they covered it. A news reporter covered it or something like that. And they claimed that this deli makes $165K a month off this sandwich, and this is their heavy hitter. This is their horse. This is their this is what they do best. So it's not all 165K just off that sandwich alone, but that's their signature stuff. That's their kapow. That's their, that's their best pitch. That's their, it's their bottom bitch. This sandwich is their bottom bitch. And they claims that they make 165K a month. So Alan says, let's go to it. Alan and I live. Can I specify? I won't get too in detail about this.
No, just talk about the fucking place. Jesus, talk about the sandwich.
You're giving no context at all. Because this is going to add it all to this. This is what the story is about.
Sir.
Sometimes it's about the journey.
Sir, the journey took... No, do you take it? You're giving the prologue. You're not even on the journey yet.
Well, I was going to get to it until you interrupted me now.
Sir,
so now we're talking
you
about
were going into... Why are you trying to dox us? Episode 1.
What's it? I don't even know. I'm painting a picture of the whole day.
Sir, you are painting a mosaic.
You know what? I am, because that's what I do. So...
Yeah, no.
Deal with so DWI.
So let me just
new acronym alert. DWI. Deal with it. Okay.
Let me speed up this story.
It's no more driving wait.
So we get to the place where we need to be, which is in Times Square region, of course, to get to Queens.
Okay. Wait. We're mentioning that we're taking a long way over there. It's an hour and a half plus just to get to this deli.
Well, we wouldn't know that because
so it's a journey to the center of the universe, for sure.
Because the 20 extra minutes it took to even start our journey. Would you like to tell people why it took an extra 20 minutes to start our journey from Times Square?
I think I'll let you do that. Why don't you do that? Because you seem like you really have been waiting to get to that.
No.
So why don't you say it? Tell everybody.
It sounds like you were going to skip over that part. From the way you reacted, it sounds like you were going to skip over that part when you were telling this extraordinarily journey story, right? You said it's about the journey that gets us there, that made the story. Let's talk about the start of the journey.
Why don't you talk about the start of the journey? I want to hear your point of view on this, because you seem very,
No.
I'm going about this a whole roundabout way that you don't seem to like. So
what do you mean? I'm just saying.
What I was going to say was we live in Uptown Manhattan. We live in Upper Manhattan. So going all the way from there to Hollis, Queens, that's an hour and a half plus. And there's a bus involved. And there's walking involved. Not much walking, but it's
You're
effort.
really jumping all over the place in this story.
It's effort. It's an hour and a half plus.
Jumping all over the map.
To go to this one specific deli to get this sandwich that's supposedly amazing. Continue. Why did it take an extra 20 minutes? Tell him.
I'm asking you.
But I just asked you. I want to know your perspective.
Just because you asked me after I asked you doesn't mean I need to answer you first. So why did it take us an extra 20 minutes to get there?
Are you talking about the stop at the bodega?
I'm talking about from Times Square. How many stops did we have?
All right.
We had 15 to get there.
All right. So we go to 42nd and Bryant Park. So it's not Times Square 42nd. It's 42nd.
Once again, the
42nd Street and Bryant Park.
Specificality you're doing.
It's what I do.
For who?
It's in fact what I do best. So I'm going to keep doing that.
Why are you
for them, so they understand.
Sir.
They weren't with us today, Alan.
Bro.
They weren't with us. They didn't come with us on this trip, so they need to know certain details to catch what we're talking about.
Why are you trying to dox us?
I don't even know what that means, man.
This man here.
Jesus Christ. These people weren't with us, so they need to know. All right, okay, you want me to say it like how you want to say it? All right, so we went down. We was in Midtown, we had to take this train over there, over there, over yonder. You think they get that? You think they understand that? You think they get just exactly what's going on?
I have literally told no story yet. So
how
would I explain it like that if I never even told the story? I tried
asking you and you didn't want to say. So now I'm saying. I'll give you the floor to tell it if you want to tell it.
Yeah, I still don't think you said why we were 20 minutes late.
We get to 42nd Street and Bryant Park. Oh, so much detail, right? I know, I'm sorry to break it to you. 42nd Street and Bryant Park. We're hopping onto the F train. I've never taken the F train, ever. I don't know if Alan has. I won't speak for him. I'll let him speak for himself. Have you taken the F train, ever?
Been around.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's been around. Alan and his details. He's been around. So... We have to take the F train. I've never taken the F train before. So we get off the B train?
Yeah, some B or C.
B. We got off the B train. And on the same platform, the F train is coming. I said, hey, our train's there. Let's hop right on. Now, Alan was right to check me later on. Now, we went about 10 stops in the wrong direction.
About 15 minutes worth, 20.
I actually think it was longer. I think we went at least 10 stops towards Coney Island.
And what direction should we have been going?
Needless to say, Coney Island is not the way we needed to go. Thank God Alan sniffed it out before he wound it up in the beach.
But why? Why? Who kept calculating how many stops it's going to take to reach our destination?
Well, I was right in terms of how many stops, but I wasn't right that we were in the wrong direction.
Yes, so you weren't right about the number of stops.
No.
Because every stop you went to, more were adding up when you were going down.
We got on the subway originally. We got on the F train, and we thought it was going the right way, but it wasn't. But I got on. I said,
"Who's we?"
You and I.
I boarded the train. You said, "Huh," and then I thought about it for a second. I was like, "Wait, we're going in the same direction we departed. How does that work?"
You didn't say that until
one side.
Yeah, you took you about 10 stops.
Because you
apparently
you're the avid New York traveler.
That's not okay. That's just not true. I'm not a tour guide.
I never said that.
I don't know every subway line.
All I said was avid New York traveler.
I don't know every subway line ever invented.
No,
I do know what I know, and I know it hard, but I don't know everything.
And you knew. The train we hopped on was the train.
No, I thought.
Because we were walking, and then you're like, oh, it's right here. Because didn't I start going up the stairs I initially...
You did start going up the stairs.
I did start going up the stairs, and you like, nah.
You did.
Nigga. And you said the N-word, and I was shocked.
I did not say that word.
You said it hard. I never said the ER.
Okay, now you're making up stuff.
You're just nigga. I was like,
I did not say
Lowe's. I was just like that. Lowe's.
No, I did not say that. You must have heard somebody in front of you or behind you say that. I did not say that. I did not. That's just not true. But anyway, I said, hey, it's down here. There's no need to go up the stairs. It's right here. It's coming this way. 10 stops later, I gaffed. I made a mistake. But
strip club dummy. It happens to the best of us.
I was called a strip club dummy, which I don't know why. I don't know what that's supposed to mean because there were no strip clubs involved here. But Alan's got his
terms.
Alan's got his terms, and he doesn't never want to explain them to me. But he's got them, folks. So
hey.
But so
strip club
Alan
dummy.
calls. We're about York Avenue or York Street, whatever, something York. Alan says, we're on the wrong train. And I said, really? And he said, yes, we are. And he was right. So we jumped out. We waited about 10 minutes for the right F train. And we got on that train. Now, this delayed us at least a half hour, maybe 45 minutes. So this makes our already excruciatingly long trip longer. But we do get on the right train, and we realize that pretty quickly. And we ended up going right back into 42nd Street and Bryant Park, which Alan had to mention once we got to Bryant Park. He said, all right, now our trip begins.
Our trip did just begin. That's literally what happened.
Because he wants to be a petty bastard. And
no one's being petty.
So, long story short, we get to, this is getting to be kind of a long story, but we get to...
Yes, all your prologue.
We get to Jamaica Avenue and 179th Street.
Why did you just say we get to our destination? Nothing interesting happened besides
that. We got to where we needed to be, folks, and...
No, if you're going to tell the story, tell the last... That bus driver that did not know where the fuck he was going.
We get off the F train. We're right on the corner. And Alan thinks we have our right bus. And
it was right there.
He's brimming with enthusiasm because we don't have to wait. It's right there.
I'm hungry.
He runs, and Alan was very hungry, ladies and gentlemen. He was restless. And he runs to the bus. He looks at the guy who's the bus driver, who, if anybody should know anything about directions and where they're going, it's that guy, right?
You would think so.
That guy should know. And Alan said, "Hey, are we going to Belmont Park?" Or you said, "Are we going to Hollis?"
191st.
Yeah, we're going to 191st Hollis Avenue. The guy says no. He said no. So we say, "Hey, this is not our train." We go across the street, or our bus.
There you go.
We go across the street, and we get on what we think is our bus, and we ended up going even further away from our destination. And
all for mid-ass Jamaican patties.
So you just gave away the ending. Well, I guess they could surmise that that's where it was going.
Yeah, wasn't worth.
We got on the right bus. We fired
up
up the boombox. We listened to some good tunes provided by my co-host A+.
Just jumping all over with the naming.
You want me to just call you Alan?
No, I never wanted you to in the first place.
So I called you A+.
That still makes my point. You're jumping all over with the naming.
What do you want me to call you? Can I call you? What can I refer to you as?
It doesn't matter at this point, kiddo.
Don't call me kiddo.
Why not?
I'm 23 years old.
We're calling each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, motherfucker.
Alan played some good tunes for us.
Once again,
we jammed out.
You chose wrong.
We got on the bus. We get to this place for, like Alan just said,
once again,
a mid-ass Jamaican sandwich.
Wasn't that Jamaican?
It wasn't that Jamaican. The beef patty I can tell you there was no moistness in it.
That's never been, I've never.
You bite into a beef patty and there's moistness.
Beef patties are the most overrated thing I've ever had, food-wise. Most overrated, I swear to fucking God.
What was that thing you said to me before we got to the B train? You said, I've never had a good beef patty since I moved to New York.
Yeah.
And
nothing.
This place let him down even more.
Shout out to them, though, but nah. Like, they were booming. Why are you whispering?
I'm not whispering. I just wanted to ask you something, but I didn't know if we should.
About what?
We're about 46 minutes through.
Oh, that's good. I was wondering how long it was.
Yeah, we're about 46 minutes through here. I think it's a good place.
Such a scary boy.
Just so scary. I'm
so scary. Bro, be proud of your sus boy. Say it with your chest, nigga.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been... Should we wrap this up?
If you want to get on, you want to go?
Well, it's getting to be 9 o'clock. I have to get home and make some dinner, and I have to do laundry tonight.
You do have to do laundry.
Laundry is never fun to do it. I've waited. I should have did it last week.
You could have did this morning.
I could have. Actually, I couldn't have, because you wanted me to be here by noon, which is not the end of the world, but I had to go to the gym. So I would have had to get up at like 7 a.m. to do my laundry and then go to the gym, which I gotta tell you, I just don't have that in me. At least not on this day, I didn't have that in me. Because, not a morning guy. I'm a night guy.
I'm not a morning person anymore. I'm trying to become a morning person.
You have to, because that's when you're working now.
No, I mean like waking up in like 7:30.
Oh, that's... Yeah. I would say that's a bit of a stretch there. But I support your dreams. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been our first episode. Sorry if it sounds like I don't know what I'm doing, because I don't. This is the beginning of something that we think could be very cool. So, if you've listened this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate you listening to me babbling incoherently. So yeah, Alan, you have anything else you want to say? A+, you have anything you want to say?
I'm gonna need you to choose a lane on the naming scheme, but it's a great solid episode. Carlos, see, that's what you didn't like that.
Okay, just don't stress that C like you did.
Carlos, it's okay, Carlos.
There you go,
Carlos. I got you, bro.
There you go.
But it's really successful. We did it at my crib's basement area. It's a little later than we thought. There was some people getting it in, not like whatever you're thinking, but they were getting it
not
in.
What you're thinking.
And it was only one person, but anyways.
Yes.
Good episode. I really fucked with it, bro.
At least we had an audience while we did our first episode.
That's true. Some people don't get that.
I think he was listening, so hey.
Hey, Sus Boys got a new fan.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Sus Boys. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I think that's our time.
Okay, you signing off?
Signing off. Take care, folks.
Okay, well, that was slow. So now I get my own mic. This is the epilogue, y'all. No, I'm joking. This was episode 1, Sauce Boys. Oh, that's not the name of it.
Like you said, Sauce Boys.
I did say the Sauce Boys. I'm drippy today. No line. Not my penis, but the Sauce Boys episode 1. Thank you, y'all. Check us out next week or a week after this first episode drops. Thank you.